I'm going to be a bit boring. Hello and welcome again. I'm going to talk about this IR35 thing once again because I have been asked, is it worth being a contractor in 2021, 2022? Disclaimer here, I am no longer a limited contractor anymore. I am employed. And so I stopped. I actually closed my limited company because I found the business going through it suddenly stopped during the pandemic. And so for me, I worked in a fixed term contract for the most part, for all of 2020. And so all my invoicing came through a so-called umbrella company. Did not use my limited company since I guess November 2019 or December. So that's a whole year. So I thought, what's the point having a limited company or advertising myself as a contractor? I did try. You've probably seen my other YouTube videos looking for outside IR 35 contracts, and I'd have to say that they're difficult to find. When I was looking at the beginning of 2020, January 2021, I had a lot of hope that there would be at least a quarter. There were very, very few that were advertised, and I admit during January, we were still in the throes of the pandemic. We had the promise of vaccines. Only older people and the emergency people were getting vaccinated. Eventually that time would come and reach me in March of 2021. So I'd already decided to leave the fixed term contract of 2020, and I thought, if there is an outside IR35 contract coming my way, then I could restart the limited company. And I thought the first through past the post. And guess what happened? It turned out employment came sooner. So that's a huge clue to the answer and why I recommend not to be a contractor. Now, there is a exception to the rule. If you are a contractor and you've got an amazing network, and I mean amazing network, that is, you have close ties or clients, ultimate clients that can give you an SDS, a status determination statement, that is to say that you are outside of IR35, and IR stands for Inland Revenue, then take it, my man or girl, because you're on a winner, and the sun is always shining, and you can guarantee there's no rain. And if you are lucky enough to have 3 eggs, not just 1 egg in the basket, and nothing will ever go wrong for 12 months, then maybe it is still worth it to be a contractor. Now, there are other exceptions to this rule. If I know a pretty good UX web consultant, and he or she know who they are, and they tend to work directly with clients, directly, not through umbrella companies or recruitment agents. They've got their own deal. In my time of contracting, this has happened to me twice, where my limited company has a direct deal with the client. It's happened twice. So this is extremely rare or small. But for consultants, if you are, I would say agile consultant, if you're a security consultant or a UX consultant, or performance tuning consultant, and you're doing something hot, you're the best in your field, you are in the top 1%, that would be the top 50 people in the world, or perhaps the top 100 in your field, then maybe you can work this way, provided your services are needed, your niche is so good that people want to employ you, but they can't employ you because you're so good. You work only through consultancy gigs, and people will pay money for your skills even if they're overseas. Can you see how many ifs statements they are? Then don't let me stop you being a contractor then, and having a limited company and earning money through that limited company. Now, in 2019, or let me just say before the pandemic, and more importantly, before the new rules came in this year, they're called off-payroll working rules. They came and they were fulfilled on the 5th of April 2021, a year later, because of the pandemic. So this means without an SDS or something called the CES tool that says that the fee payer, and I mean the ultimate fee payer, the client, and can determine that you are not working as an employee, you're working as a contractor. So I would not work in any contract that is outside IR35 unless you have a written and signed SDS that you get from the ultimate client. Now, remember what I said. A consultant or people who work at top of their game as contractors ought to be able to do that because they tend to work directly with the end clients. And so that is it. If you're going to be a contractor in the UK, it's no longer that easy because there's competition. The chances that you will land consecutive outside IR35 contracts is limited, and you will have competition, and that means that rainy day will come. And what happens? What, are you going to not work for several months? Everything is in this world is getting expensive. The fuel, we've just had a fuel crisis a few weeks ago. Diesel and prices are rising. So nobody, even the best contractors, the best security consultants, the best Linux heads, the penetration testers, nobody can afford to, I think, just rest for 3 months and just keep on burning cash through energy or electricity, unless you are like my late great friend, from the Java posse, Carl Quinn. He was so great that he had a Tesla. In 2009, he had his house with solar panels so he could sell electricity back to the grid. Oh man, Carl was brilliant. I wish I was as good as Carl was. But you're getting the picture here. And I think contracting is broken. That's my opinion. Consultancy isn't broken, but you will have to prove your salt and work hard in a few years to keep on consulting. I mean, you have to be freaking good, and if you're not, you're going to find it difficult. And what you have to think of, and it's the dotted line into the future. So imagine this dotted line. Will you be able to get a hat trick of outside IR35 contracts? If you can, and if you firmly believe this, hand and heart, now that you can do this, then you deserve to be a contractor. And don't listen to me or anybody else. You just go and do your business, because obviously I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, my name is Peter Pilgrim, and if you want to Yeah, follow me on Twitter. I'm on LinkedIn, and I guess this is a overdue one. I'd see you.